Okay, so this is my empathy exercise. What I'm going to do is do a comparison of doing my makeup with both hands and then doing my makeup with the absence of my dominant hand, which is my right hand. So for the first part, I'm just going to show you all the products that I'm going to use so that I don't have to do that both times. And then for the video, after I edit, I'm going to speed up the first part where I use both hands because it's pretty straightforward. Although I'm going to time both, and I will stop at the end of both to show you the amount of time it took, because I feel like it's probably going to take a lot longer for me to do it one-handed than it will to do with both hands. So we'll just jump right in. The first product I'm going to use is a BB cream, which for all the guys is basically like a low coverage foundation. Then I'm going to set that with a setting powder. I'm going to use a contour powder and a blush. I'm also going to use eyeshadow, mascara with an eyelash curler, which is going to be really hard for me to do with my left hand. And I'm also going to use a brow pencil, and I have 4 brushes that I'm going to use. I decided to use the brushes because I feel like it would be a lot easier for me to just use my left hand for everything and like apply everything with just my hands. But I use the brushes on a daily basis, and I use these products on a daily basis. So even though this is kind of a basic routine, I'm going to try and do as close to what I do on a daily basis within reason, so that this is as true to an experiment as it can possibly be. So I'm going to go ahead now and start on the two-hand application. Like I said, it'll be sped up in the edited form. Okay, well that's pretty much it. Full face of makeup, both hands, and my timer, even though it's backwards for you guys, says 5 minutes and 7 seconds. So that's pretty good time. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a makeup wipe to take everything off, and I'm going to start from scratch. This second go around will be in real time because I'm going to only use my one hand, my left hand. It may be harder for you guys to actually see what I'm doing because of the fact that I'm not going to be able to like hold my mirror up to use when I do things that I have to see up close, because I'm going to have to like be down on my desk doing it, which I already know before I even start is going to be problematic. And I made sure to close everything, like everything that has a cap, like my BB cream and my mascara both have like caps on them, and I made sure to close them so that I actually have to try and manage to get them open with one hand. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try really hard not to use my right hand. I don't really know, like I don't really have anything to like tie it behind my back with, so I'm just going to have to try. If I slip up, I'll make sure to note that I slip up. So I'm trying to open this with my left hand, and that actually wasn't that hard considering that that's a pretty easy thing to open. But I'm going to have to like take my brush and like lay it down, and I guess like just squeeze some product out onto it because I can't put it on the back of my hand like I did when I had both hands to use. And this, like I know you can't see this, but this is really difficult because I can't get the flat part, like this part of the brush I can't really like get access to because I have to lay it on its side. But it's on there, so I'm gonna see how this goes. I forgot to start the timer, so we'll add like 30 seconds to the time at the end. I'll go ahead and say that like the muscle memory that I have in my right hand for doing this, because I do it every day, is not, obviously, but it's like nowhere near as developed in my left hand, even though I use it for certain things. I'm like actually, like when I do it with my right hand, I don't even have to think about what I'm doing, what direction I'm moving. It just happens. With this, I'm like actually having to put like thought into it. And before, I made sure to close everything, so I'm going to try and close everything again here. That wasn't so bad, but I have a feeling that that's going to be the easiest part yet. Oh, and my powder has a cap too, which is really going to be hard to open. I keep wanting to use my other hand. I'm not sure how I'm going to get this open. I guess I'm going to try using my foot. I don't really know any other way. Yeah, that's not working either. See, I just almost used my arm, like, to brace it without even thinking about it. Like, I think I might have to skip this step because I'm 2 minutes in and I can't get it open. I think this is a situation where I would have to ask for someone's help, and there's no one here to help me right now. So, guess I'm skipping that because I cannot for the life of me get it open. Alright, next step. My contour powder is broken, so like that's going to be easy to open, I think, because I can just, yeah, it just fell off. So there's that. This is the brush that I'm going to use. Another hard part is going to be getting the like actual compact to stay still for me to get enough product on it. I don't know if you can hear it moving around, but it's moving all over the place. Okay. Drop the first thing. And then the blush, which these little flip open compacts aren't nearly as hard to get open, even though they are considerably more difficult to get open than with two hands. But they're not as hard to open as something that's a twist off. So I have a feeling I would be resorting to things that probably have this type of packaging if I were to not have use of my dominant hand, because I really could not get that powder open. Like there was no way. Okay, there's the face. It looks pretty much the same, but because I didn't use powder, I have oily skin and I have to use powder or I look really greasy all day. So there's no way like I could just go out like this and feel comfortable with my skin. I would have to have somebody here to open that powder for me, or just open it once and leave it open, which is really unsanitary for makeup. But I'm not really sure what I would do long term with that because I have to wear powder if I'm gonna wear makeup. But the next step is the eyeshadow, which again is like the flip open, so that wasn't too bad to open. Here's going to be the hard part. This is what I'm using as my mirror. I'm not actually using any of those products, but I'm going to have to like sit it here open, because like I'm also, obviously I wear glasses, I'm pretty visually impaired, so I'm going to have to be really close to that mirror to be able to see what I'm doing. And now that I can't hold it up to my face, I feel like it's going to be a little bit harder. So I'm going to go ahead and get the eyeshadow on my finger. And sorry if you can't see 100% of this, but I'm staying as far away as I can, still being able to see what I'm doing. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to try and curl my eyelashes, which are already kind of curled because I did it before, obviously. And I did it earlier today before I did any of this, but I'm going to attempt to do it anyway. And try this one. From here, I honestly cannot see, and I can't, like, I literally can't get close enough to the mirror where I can see properly. So this mascara in a second might be an absolute disaster, if I can even get it open. Okay, there's that. Now here's the mascara. I'm going to try and twist the tube. Nope. It's like I can kind of feel it loosening, but not enough to where it's going to open. I'm going to use my teeth. Okay. Now this is the real hard part, because like it has to come out without me getting it all over myself. And mascara, especially black mascara, is really, really, like, I can't get the bottom off. Yeah, and I guess I'm going to use my teeth. Okay. Alright, here goes nothing. Sorry, this eye is just going to be out of the frame. And this one. Sorry, they were both kind of out of the frame. Instead of like actually being able to like apply it, I had to kind of just blink onto it, which is not at all how I normally do it, so that's definitely a change. Now I'm going to use my eyebrow pencil, and that'll be the final step. Again, I'm not able to get like physically close enough to the mirror that I have to really be able to see what I'm doing, because I can't put it in my right hand. I'm going to move this, maybe. No, I'm not going to be able to move it. It's just going to have to stay here. Sorry, again, if I'm out of frame a little bit. I don't even know what that looks like. Hoping for the best here. Okay. I mean, it came out decent. I'll go ahead and stop time because that's everything I did before. So stopping time at, again, it's backwards, sorry, at 7 minutes 52 seconds, but if you add on the 30 seconds from where I forgot to stop it, that's 8 minutes and 22 seconds as compared to 5 minutes and 2 seconds. So almost 3.5 more minutes to do the exact same thing. Not to mention I had to skip a product that's very important to me because I can't get it open and I don't have someone here to help me open it. But that's pretty much the extent of it. It is definitely a lot harder and a lot more time consuming. I've never had to use my mouth to get things open before, and I've never had to skip a product because I couldn't manipulate the packaging in the way that I needed to. So I definitely have learned that my dominant hand does a lot of things for me, and that if I weren't to have that dominant hand, I would definitely have to consider more deeply what products I buy based on their packaging, because if I didn't have, in the event like today that I didn't have someone here to help me, I wouldn't be able to use certain products because of that. And I honestly don't even think that I own a powder product like this that doesn't have packaging like this. So in that case, I would just have to skip it like I did in this video. But that's it. Thank you for watching.